Hello, today we want to talk about water pollution in daily life. Here is our group members: Jasmine Hairil, Nur Shazwani, Shaza Nurina, Mak Jinjo, and me, Muhammad Sarudin Haikal bin Muhammad Fauzi. Before we start, there are several things that we want to discuss in this talk. First, what is the meaning or definition of water pollution? Second is how the public will contribute in this situation, and the third is what is the role of engineer to contribute in this situation. So if you want to know about it, let's go to the top. What is the definition of water pollution? Well, water pollution means the contamination of fresh water to the pollutant, which is human or animal waste, agriculture fertilizer and pesticide, industrial toxic waste, and etc. Each of them can give the risk to the water. Well, that is the meaning from the Dictionary of Public Health. When was the first time we talk about the importance of water? Indeed, we are very smart. You know what? In our early civilization, we live near to the river Niles, Indus, Tigris, and Euphrates. That all our civilization illegal. Well, we need water to sanitation, produce food, to cool the power plant. So this was big meaning that we are very need the water for our life.
Okay, now I would like to talk about the example of water pollution. So as we know, we have been used more conscious of water quality issues and water conservation in recent years. This is due to the fact that water contamination has grown to be a serious problem that needs prompt attention. So I will give you several examples of water pollution. Okay, first example for water pollution is industrial waste. Industrial waste is a significant amount of toxic waste that is full. Toxin is produced by several industries. Some of these toxins are drained into fresh water that is then introduced into canals, rivers, and eventually the sea. Some of the common chemicals are lead, sulfur, mercury, asbestos, and nitrate. These chemicals can change the water color and temperature. Okay, second example for water pollution is wastewater and sewage. As we know, every resident produce wastewater and sewage, which is subsequently chemical clean before being released into the ocean. This sewage carries bacteria and chemical that pose serious health risks. Next example is fertilizers and pesticides. As we know, farmers utilize a variety of chemical fertilizers and insecticides to safeguard their crops, but these substances can cause problems when they combine with rainwater and run off the land into stream, river, and canals. They are harmful to both animal and plant life. Eventually, they will make their way to the water sources where they damage aquatic life. Okay, last example for water pollution is fossil fuels. Fossil fuels is the burning of fossil fuels such as coal, oil that produce ash that is released into the atmosphere. When the hazardous particles combine with water vapor in clouds, they produce acid rains. And additionally, when fossil fuels are burned, carbon dioxide is released, which is a contributor to global warming. So that's all from me for the example of water pollution, and I will pass this presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Shazwani Najma binti Muhammad Sani, and I will discuss about the factors of water pollution. Many factors contribute to water pollution. Firstly, the rising temperatures due to global warming caused by carbon dioxide emissions will heat the water. An increase in water temperature can result in the death of many aquatic organisms and disrupt many marine habitats. When large die-offs happen, it worsens the problem by polluting the water supply. Next, as we all know, water and oil do not mix well, meaning they do not dissolve in water. Leaks and spills are usually caused by oil drilling operations in the ocean or ships transporting oil. Large oil spills and leaks, often accidental, are significant causes of water pollution. 30. Rubbish and fecal water dumping are also affected in water pollution. More than 80% of global sewage flows untreated into the seas and rivers, polluting the water. Untreated wastewater also contains numerous of substances harmful to both the environment and humans. Next, healthy forests are essential for providing clean water. Forests can have a positive effect on water quality. However, deforestation is often caused by community production in agriculture, which can pollute water. Deforestation depletes water resources and generates organic waste, which becomes a breeding ground for harmful bacteria and subsequently pollutes water. Last but not least, one of the primary causes of water eutrophication is the discharge of chemicals from industry, agriculture, and livestock farming. When it rains, the chemicals mix with rainwater, which then flows into rivers and streams that filter into the ocean, causing further water pollution. And that is all from me. And I will pass to the next person, Shasha Nurina. Thank you.
So hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Shasha Nurina and I'm going to tell you about the impacts of water pollution. So here's a closer look at how contaminated water affects human, animals, plants, and the wider environment. So for the first one is the depletion of drinking water supplies. So contamination of our lakes, reservoirs, and other waterways mean that there is a decreasing amount of drinking water for us to draw on. So for the next one is disease. So if drinking water supplies cannot meet the demand, people will be forced to consume unsafe sources of drinking water. This means that the waterborne diseases such as cholera, dysentery, and typhoid are prevalent in such locations, causing an untold number of premature deaths. So for the third one is agriculture. So did you know that the farming uses as much as 70% of earth water? So if that water becomes contaminated, there are fewer reservoirs available to cultivate crops and sustain livestock, thus contributing to reduced yields and poorer quality crops. So meanwhile, the plants and animals which are reared using clean water are not fit for human consumption, again indirectly contributing to a negative impact of human health. So for the next one is eutrophication. So agricultural products such as fertilizers and pesticides contain elevated levels of ammonia and phosphate, which can boost a crop yields. However, these nutrients can find their way into streams, lakes, and other water channels through runoff, thus unbalancing the delicate aquatic ecosystems, which spark a process called eutrophication. So the next one is food chain disruption. So when eutrophication causes a certain species to die, that can have a knock-on effect on the predators which feed upon them, so thus causing the short waste further up the food chain. So meanwhile, the consumption and absorption of polluted water by marine and aquatic organisms is capable of causing damages to the internal organs. So for the last one is economic impacts. So contaminated water supplies must go through a rigorous treatment process before they can become a potable or suitable for irrigation, washing, or swimming in. This entails a financial price tag that is prohibitive on human progress. So I think that is all from me. Thank you.
Nice to meet you everyone. My name is Martinjo. In this video, I will describe about the solution for water pollution. The first solution is the wastewater treatment. This is a method consists to remove all the pollutant from wastewater through the physical, chemical, or biological process. The engineer who are expert in the water treatment field are responsible to design the treatment plan, supply system, pipeline, and pump system to effectively manage of the wastewater. The second solution is the green agriculture. From this field, the engineer is responsible to teach the farmer on large agricultural plant will establish the water efficiency level to ensure the chemical fertilizer totally absorbed by the plant to limit the chemical that flow into the water. And the next is the stormwater management. This management is effort to reduce the runoff of the rainwater, important to avoid the pollutant for contaminating the water. The stormwater engineer will take the responsibility for the quality control of all stormwater management. The next solution is the air pollution prevention. The engineer who were responsible including environmental testing, data collection, and research will discover that the air pollution has a direct impact of the water pollution. The water contaminant causes the rapid acidification of our ocean and threatens the marine life and corals. To prevent the air solution is the best way to prevent the water pollution happen. And the next solution is the plastic waste reduction. In order to reduce the amount of the plastic entering our ocean, we need to both reduce for our use for plastic and to improve the plastic waste management. The last solution is the water conservation. Its strength is making sure the world has better access to clean water. The water resource engineer developed a execute plan for developing the water system that provide clean and safe water in an efficient way that is also good for our planet. That's all for me. Thank you.
So we have done the talk to this. Right now, what I want to conclude is we need both sides, which is an engineer and the public, to contribute and take part for this situation. Maybe an engineer can find thousands of ways to prevent it, but still we need the public to take part of it. Well, this is our earth, this is our water. So if not us, who want to take care of it? That's all from me. Thank you.